Do you have an older home that needs updating before placing it on the market to sell? What renovations to do and how much to invest can always be tricky decisions when your ultimate goal is to sell and get top dollar. Today, I'm excited to share a project with you that was really fun, but also a big challenge. Updating a home built in 1979 that had never been touched. My seller wanted to sell, but we had to work on a budget and decide what updates would make the most impact for buyers. Let's break down what we did and the final results. Before we even really got started with deciding on full renovations, we had a pre-listing home inspection done. Even though the seller had been in the home for 30 plus years and knew everything was okay, we wanted to make sure there weren't any bigger underlying problems or issues that needed to be addressed before we decided to drop some money on this project. At the end of the day, if we had some major expensive issue that we didn't know about that would stop a buyer from wanting to purchase the home during the home inspection phase, it wouldn't matter how great we made the house look. So once the pre-listing inspection was complete and we had a clear picture of the home's condition, we were able to include some additional repairs in the renovation. This gave us confidence that in the end, we were delivering a solid, well-prepared home to the next owner. After that, we started really brainstorming and calling in the renovation experts to give us quotes and help us decide what were the most important things to do. We spoke with several contractors and ran the gamut of potentials from fully gutting the kitchen and the bathrooms to leaving things as is and selling to someone else as a renovation job. We knew no matter what we decided to do, it was going to be a big project. But we also knew that if we approached it correctly and made wise decisions, that we would not only make the money back we invested in it, but we would ultimately increase the value and be able to sell for more. Let's face it, some people like projects and fixer-upper style homes because it gives them a blank slate to do what they want. But that also means they want to get a really good deal on the price because of the work they have to put into it, rightfully so. But most people that are looking for a single-family home to live in want it to be move-in ready and not have projects waiting for them. Here's what some of the home looked like prior to any changes. When deciding what items to update and spend money on, you want to choose things that will make the biggest impact for the least amount of money, and you want to have a budget to stick to. If I was renovating this home for my needs or even my seller's long-term needs, I would have done things differently, spent more money, gutted the kitchen and bathrooms, and probably even knocked down some walls. But the goal was not for my seller to fall in love with the renovations so that they would want to stay. My seller's long-term needs were for a one-story home, and this was 2 stories with all the bedrooms and showers upstairs. So the name of the game really was resale. What can we do to update it, make it nice for the next owner, and to get top dollar without breaking the bank? Doing a kitchen remodel can average around $30,000 and bathrooms around $10,000 to $15,000 each. So the original quotes that included gutting some things, but not all, was putting us around $80,000 to $90,000, and we still would have had some things that we wanted to do that would have been extra from there. We knew we wanted to be closer to the $50,000 range, and there were some additional repairs we wanted to do outside of the actual renovation, so we had decisions to make. Ultimately, we chose to do all new flooring throughout the home, take down wallpaper, paint the interior including trim and ceilings. Instead of gutting the kitchen or even replacing the cabinets, we decided to paint the cabinets in the kitchen, get new appliances, and install new granite countertops. Along with some new lighting fixtures, this really brightened the kitchen up. We kept the flooring the same throughout the whole house to avoid the extra expense of tiling the floors in the bathrooms, and since we knew we were going with an LVP, we knew this would be water resistant and still a good choice for a bathroom floor. In the bathrooms, we did install new toilets, new vanities with granite countertops, and new sinks. We went back and forth on whether we should rip out the tile shower and tub and tile surround in the primary and secondary bathrooms, but ultimately decided to resurface the tile and tubs, which cleaned up everything and gave it a nice white finish. When deciding on color choices, we went with neutrals. Again, this was all about resale, not what the seller would have chosen if they were staying in the home long term. We went with a cream color on the walls and ceilings and a khaki color on the trim and kitchen cabinets. We finished everything with black accents from the fixtures to the knobs and handles, and it turned out great. We had the additional repairs done that were outside of the renovation itself and still kept within our original budget. After the renovation was complete, I staged the home for photos, had a professional photographer come in to take photos of the listing, and we went live. Everyone that viewed the home commented on how beautiful it was, and we sold the home for probably $125,000 more than we would have with no updates. And it would have likely taken much longer to sell without the renovations that we did. This was definitely a labor of love, but one that ended up being totally worth it. Now, this video was outside the norm for what I talk about on this channel, but I am a real estate agent and thought this would be helpful for people that are thinking about selling a home that needs updates and maybe might be a little overwhelmed by that journey. At the end of the day, the decision to renovate or update will be individual to the seller, their needs, their budget, their timeline, and overall their peace of mind. This was a little bit of a stressful journey for the seller and myself because anytime you have multiple contractors traipsing through and creating chaos in your normally peaceful environment, it causes stress, especially when it's for weeks on end. But if you can prepare yourself for that and make the right decisions for your budget, then it can result in a successful outcome. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your comments about home renovations and resales and how they went for you. And if you're interested in hearing more about the North Georgia or Western North Carolina mountains, places to see, things to do, and where to live, make sure to follow my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.